we got a ball for you.
UFO new this fall, premiering Saturday, September 16th.
Kildare.
Kildare?
That's what I said. Kildare.
No, you said Kildare. It's Kildare. I knew them well. It was an old New England family. Bunch of lobster poachers and horse thieves.
What do you mean? It's Kildare. I knew some in Montana. They were noble surgeons. They were.
No, it's Kildare.
The Young Doctor Kildare premieres next Thursday night at 7:30 on Channel 2.
The big news on Channel 2 is the #1 television news broadcast in the West for more reasons than one. For 11 straight years, ARB audience estimates have shown that more people watch our people than any other people they know. The big news, weeknights at 6 on Channel 2. First in the West, thanks to you.
Think of milk and you think of children. Think of feeding hungry children and you think of care. Help fill millions of cups with desperately needed milk by sending your dollars to CARE.
Daddy, Daddy!
Watch this child's knee closely. The one that her mother took a bandage off yesterday. She's about to fall on the very same knee again today. Without another Band-Aid brand adhesive bandage to protect it longer, the scab can get torn off, dirty, and have to start forming all over again. And that hurts. Protect your child a little longer with a Band-Aid adhesive bandage. It heals better when it's covered longer.
Potato Country, USA, where the great Washington State russet potatoes grow. For finer French fries and better bakers, enjoy Washington russets today.
Channel 2 proudly salutes Fernando Guiller of Dixie Avenue Elementary School, KNXT Children's Art Awards winner. Now the news at 7.
Out around this tremendously high major Olympic tower as they depart to a destination we, of course, as yet do not know. Early today, of course, Arab commandos climbing over the fence, taking the Israelis hostage in Building 31, killing one at the very outset, wounding another who later died of his wounds. And now we find that this drama has not ended. The third helicopter now moving right by us, right over the Olympic Village, passing now over the main stadium, all the lights on in this Olympic site. An Olympic site which for more than a week now has been a place of serenity and comradeship, an Olympic Village which in spite of some political crisis has been happy, and now today has been absolutely shattered by this tragedy. This is Peter Jennings in the Olympic Village.
We now know that those helicopters went to a NATO base about 28 miles from Munich, and it was there that the gun battle took place, eventually leading to the freedom of 8 hostages, death for 4 of the terrorists, and 4 others escaping. More details from Chuck Henry.
John Moshe Weinberg, the Israeli team wrestling coach, tried to stop the terrorists from breaking into Building 31. He was killed, along with Josef Romano, an Israeli weightlifter. But in the struggle that followed, the Israelis somehow managed to stab and seriously wound 3 of the terrorists, who eventually were left behind by their comrades. A weightlifting coach who was an eyewitness, almost a victim himself, was interviewed by ABC's Jim McKay through an interpreter.
At about 4:30 this morning, I heard a terrible cry from Joseph Gottfreund, who is our international wrestling coach, and he said, "Boys, get out straight away."
באותה שנייה קפצתי מהמיטה ונתתי מבט לכיוון המסדרון שזה היה מקביל לחדר שלנו.
I jumped out of bed and had a look at the main door, which was right opposite my room.
וראיתי דבר מאוד מוזר. בן אדם נלחם עם אנשים שרוצים לפרוץ את הדלת, והדלת הייתה כבר פתוחה כ-20 סנטימטר, והוא מחזיק את הדלת וצועק בכל העולם, חבר'ה תברחו.
I saw a very strange picture. I saw Joseph Gottfreund holding the door and trying to keep it shut, and some people from the outside pushing it open. It was about half open. He is a very hefty fellow, and he held them and kept shouting to us to escape.
Did Mr. Sikowski suspect what this was?
אתה חשדת אז מה קורה?
מיד חשבתי שזה תקפו אותם ערבים. זה בא לי באופן אינסטינקטיבי ברור בהחלט.
Yes, instinctively I knew that it was an Arab attack.
Obviously, we do not yet have all the details of the...
Responsible ultimately for the death of the Israeli sportsman, whether the Germans bungled the rescue attempt at the Munich airport, or whether there could have been no escape from death once the athletes were in the hands of the guerrillas. Ed Rabel, CBS News at Tel Aviv International Airport.
Publicly and privately, the administration is working overtime to head off major Israeli reprisals against Lebanon, Syria, or Egypt. Officials rate their chances at less than 50-50. Even if they succeed, which is unlikely, their high hopes for progress towards a Middle East peace settlement this fall seem shattered. Those hopes were based on the recent Soviet expulsion from Egypt. These grim assessments emerged today along with these facts. First, the administration refuses to follow Israel's lead and withdraw from the Olympic Games. The administration also refuses to endorse a congressional resolution calling in effect for a break in diplomatic relations with nations harboring terrorists. Finally, the administration refuses even to discuss a suggestion by Senator McGovern that the U.S. lean on Lebanon and Egypt to expel the terrorists from their countries. The upshot here is that the State Department is genuinely worried about a breakdown in the Middle East ceasefire, and the White House seems worried about the Munich tragedy giving McGovern a chance to enhance his stature among American Jews. Marvin Count, CBS News, the State Department.
Whatever the justice in the White House political concern, there does seem to be cause for the State Department concern. A Palestine news agency reports an unprecedented buildup of Israeli troops along the Syria and Lebanon borders. It says armored cars and heavy guns began rumbling into position yesterday, a few hours after the extent of the Munich tragedy became known. Troops were ferried up by helicopter, and reconnaissance planes have been flying hourly missions over the border areas, the news agency claims. The Palestinians add that Israel seems to be preparing for a full-scale invasion. As usual, no comment from Israel on military movements. There were two brief clashes along the Lebanese border during the night. In one of them, Lebanese government troops claimed to have intercepted and halted an Israeli-bound guerrilla band with the death of one guerrilla.
Today, this is here, based on intelligence information that Arab terrorists may mail bombs to Jews during this week's Jewish religious holidays. And there is a nationwide manhunt for 15 more Palestinian Arabs thought to be in Germany. Haywood Brun talked with athletes about security measures at the Olympic Village.
Tell me, do you find that they now look at your badge more closely going in and out of the village?
Yes, when we first got here, the security really wasn't that tight, but after the incident, they're checking us front and back and making sure the pictures are the people that are on the badges.
Well, I think it's still a little lax. They're not checking your picture to see if it matches your face, because I know a lot of people are getting in on different other people's IDs, but I think they are checking to make sure you have an ID. And whereas before, if you just look like an athlete, you could get pretty much in without any hassle.
Do you think that there's been any change in the security?
To us, not very apparent. We've been out all day on the roadways, so it isn't very apparent. Even though at the gates we were stopped and asked for all our ID cards, which is unusual when you're in a team vehicle.
At Furstenfeldbruck NATO base, the scene of Tuesday night's battle between police and the terrorists, newsmen were allowed today to examine the helicopters in which the Israeli hostages died. One is thought to have been blown up by a terrorist hand grenade. The other was riddled by gunfire. At a news conference, German officials were asked why police were ordered to open fire while the hostages were still in the helicopters. Munich police chief Manfred Schreiber said those in command decided the hostages were as good as dead anyhow if the terrorists were allowed to take them out of Germany. German news media are taking officials to task for not protecting the Israeli team better to begin with, and German politicians today called for the expulsion of thousands of Arab workers and students living in Germany. At the Olympic Stadium, the flags of all nations, including Israel, no longer flew at half-mast today, and the games went on. For the organizers of the Olympics, it's important not only that the Olympics go on, but that they go on in an atmosphere of peace and calm. The attempt is being made, but the peace is an artificial one, and the calm is an uneasy calm. John Sheehan, CBS News, Munich.
In the Arab world, there were reports today of mounting anger against Germany for the shooting of the terrorists. Egypt also accused West Germany of an anti-Arab attitude and said the full blame for the deaths of the terrorists and their hostages rested with German officials. Another Arab country, Libya, reportedly offered to fly the 5 dead commandos to Libya for burial. As for the terrorist movement itself, as represented by the Black September group, we have this report from our chief foreign correspondent, Charles Collingwood.
The massacre at the Olympic Games underlines a new and frightening aspect of the various Palestinian terrorist movements. They've spread out now from the Arab countries themselves and are now established internationally in liaison with extremist groups, certainly in Germany and Italy, and probably elsewhere. I was recently warned by a reliable Palestinian source, himself opposed to terrorism, that a Palestinian cell dedicated to violence has been in place in the United States for at least 6 months and is believed to be plotting with unnamed American extremist groups some spectacular act of kidnapping or bombing against prominent American Jews and or businesses who have been helping Israel. He was unable or unwilling to give details, but seemed very sure of his information. Here in Britain, authorities are worried about the same thing. There's already a Palestinian terrorist spokesman in London who surfaces from time to time and gives interviews, and the British suspect there are more desperate characters here, underground, planning action. The internationalization of Palestinian terrorist activities appears to be a fact. From their point of view, there is a kind of insane logic in singling out conspicuous targets abroad connected with Israel. One international security officer in Europe goes so far as to say that no prominent person or organization intimately associated with Israel is any longer wholly safe anywhere in the world. Charles Collingwood, CBS News, London.
The Justice Department
I'm Gary Merrill, and I portray Dr. Leonard Gillespie.
And I'm Mark Jenkins, and I play Jim Kildare in our new series, Young Dr. Kildare.
Kildare?
That's what I said. Kildare.
No, you said Kildare. It's Kildare. I knew them well. It was an old New England family. Bunch of lobster poachers and horse thieves.
What do you mean? It's Kildare. I knew some in Montana, and they were noble surgeons. They were.
No, it's Kildare.
Young Dr. Kildare, new this fall, premieres next Thursday night at 7:30 on K.
Phones new from Mattel and Mars almond bars. So many almonds, you get an almond in every bite. These chocolate almond bars come from Mars.
Next. The winner of 5 Academy Awards, one of the great motion pictures of all time, Around the World in 80 Days. Next week's Thursday and Friday movie. See?
Today, one of these stars is sitting in the secret square, and the contestant who picks it first could win a prize package worth $1,433. Which star is it? Paul Mitchell and Jerry Mahoney. Susan Clark. Glenn Ford. Ava Gabor. Frank Gorshin. Bob Clayton. Wally Cox. Carol Wayne. Or Paul Lynde, all in the Hollywood Square. And here is the master of the Hollywood Squares, Peter Martin.
Thank you very much, Kenny Williams. A very good morning. Welcome to Hollywood Squares. Hello, stars. Good morning, and hello, Madeline Sharfie.
Monday night of NBC Week has it all with Rowan and Martin's Laugh In with Dan, Dick, and Duke.
Duke? Duke who?
With Dan and Dick.
And Duke.
And on the season premiere of NBC Monday Night at the Movies, Sean Connery and Diane Cannon star in The Anderson Tapes.
I need you to bridge some burglar alarms, open doors, cut some telephone circuits. I got a job laid out. I'm going to back up a moving van and then steal the guts out of the whole place.
And in the weeks to come, Doris Day and Brian Keith star in With 6 You Get Egg Roll. Mia Farrow in See No Evil. Clint Eastwood in The Beguiled. Monday of NBC Week. The new major encyclopedia.
What does nature do to clean your eyes? It uses natural moisture. But sometimes your eyes can get irritated, burn, and itch from too much dirt and dust. You need Murine. Murine adds to nature's cleansing action. Helps clean away dirt and dust nature can't handle. Only Murine has golden berberine color, plus 3 cleansing ingredients. It cleans your eyes and makes them feel good again. Murine helps clean away dirt and dust nature can't handle.
I am a camera. My job was to find the vice consul. I found him, and that's the only way to get him out. Missing money, stocks, elephants, pussycats. You lose it, we find it.
Hugh O'Brien, Doug McClure, Tony Franciosa, 3 electronic daredevils in an exciting new series. Watch Search.
That pillar waiting to jump you. Look out.
Venus, Cow with George with 110. Now, the category of the Final Jeopardy answer today is politics. We'll play Final Jeopardy right after this interesting message. Please watch.
Let's hope you never have to use any laxative, because if you take them too often, you could get into the laxative habit. To avoid the habit, eat the right foods, drink plenty of liquids, and get enough exercise. But if you should suffer temporary irregularity, then take Carter's Little Pills for temporary relief of the irregularity. Carter's Little Pills, the largest selling laxative that is a doctor's formula in pill form.
Do you buy cat food in these small cans?
Oh, sure I do. My cat loves them.
Well, then watch this comparison.
Okay.
Here's a kidney and gravy product that contains cereal.
Cereal.
And gravy.
Gravy.
Along with the kidney.
Kidney,
Now, take Purina.
Yeah.
95% kidney.
No cereal or gravy fillers?
None. The other 5% is vitamins and other nutrients.
Oh.
Every variety is always 95% of whatever the label says. Purina.
A variety menu.
2 hours delay.
Oh, miss, aren't we ever going to take off? I'm sorry. Some vacation. My stomach can't take this waiting. Welcome to the Acid Club. Rolaids?
The Acid Club. Anywhere aggravation causes heartburn. But Rolaids consumes 47 times its weight in excess acid. It won't relieve the aggravation, but Rolaids can help you resign from the Acid Club.
You know, a clean mouth and fresh breath, they're beautiful. You get them by brushing. But when you can't brush, you can still get that just brushed freshness with Dentine. Dentine doesn't replace brushing, but it helps clean your mouth and freshen your breath when you can't brush. You know something? If we weren't such a good chewing gum, we might even be in the toothpaste business. Dentine. Regular, cool spearmint, cool peppermint.
36, Flash Radio City Station, New York, New York, and please include the telephone number. Jeopardy was pre-recorded. This is Don Pardo.
Romance comes to the Ponderosa when Joe Cartwright falls in love and takes a bride.
Those whom God hath joined together, let no man put asunder.
On the 2-hour season premiere of Bonanza, Tuesday at 8, 7 Central Time on NBC.
Milk is a food.
There are people who do not realize this, and if you tell some people, just in an offhand way, that milk is a food, they think they have to chew it. It is not necessary to chew milk, but it is the most perfect food that nature has provided. All mammals...
Everybody needs milk, even Phyllis Dillers.
Everybody.
They're here. All new for 73. Stylish outside, comfortable inside. And unlike any car built today, totally non-polluting. The 1973 models from Carl Shoes. Beautiful ideas in basic transportation. Suedes, Oxfords, boots. With window prices just like last year's. Visit your Carl Shoe store and take a test walk.
Carl Shoes bring back walking.
Who took the unpleasant aftertaste out of Diet Cola?
Diet Pepsi did.
This program was recorded. Your new afternoon lineup on CBS still begins with As the World Turns, but then it's The Guiding Light at 2, The Edge of Night at 2:30. Love is a Many Splendored Thing at 3. The Secret Storm at 3:30. All times 1 hour earlier, Central and Pacific. The new look in the afternoon begins Monday, September 11th.
Hey, you want to see some nice pictures?
The Waltons. Small farm, large family, and a lot of love.
The Walt. Fashions provided by Susie Perrette and Janori. This program was recorded.
Hey, counterpart, if you care to check it, and I hope you do, I want you to scope this. You know, there's a way you can get away from it all. For just $25 down to $10 a month, you can be right up front. Rainbow City without a shadow of doubt. So build your retirement dream house in this new growing community, easily accessible off 3 major turnpikes. Rainbow City features 3 public parks, 5 golf courses, and a marina. I want you to start BOQ, and that's what you better start doing. Bouncing out quickly, baby, and you'll be glad you did. En route and a both soft.
Before you move to Rainbow City, make sure there is a Rainbow City. Be informed before you buy. Interstate Land Developers should furnish you with a property report. For information, write HUD.
Your new afternoon lineup on CBS still begins with As the World Turns, but then it's The Guiding Light at 2, The Edge of Night at 2:30, Love is a Many Splendored Thing at 3, The Secret Storm at 3:30, all times 1 hour earlier, Central and Pacific. The new look in the afternoon begins Monday, September 11th.
The winner of 5 Academy Awards, one of the great motion pictures of all time, Around the World in 80 Days.
Next week's
Channel 2.
UFO, new this fall, premiering Saturday, September 16th on KNXT Channel 2.
Tonight, Deborah Carr and David Niven star as the CBS Late Movie presents a tale of terror, Eye of the Devil.
Do the people here think that you're some kind of a magician? A god?
Catherine, you shouldn't have come here.
But what does it mean? What was that ceremony? Up there in the tower. Poor Philippe. You're mad.
told you to frighten her, not to kill her.
Deborah Carr, David Niven, Sharon Tate, Donald Pleasance, David Hemmings. Eye of the Devil.
Nearly 3,000 colors, most cover in one coat. And cleanup's easy with water. Go ahead, spread a little spread.
Spread on Glidden spread.
It really penetrates.
In actual tests, these hay fever sufferers really feel the difference between Sinex and the other leading nasal spray.
Yeah, I can tell the difference.
They both have decongestants to unclog your nose. So why do these hay fever sufferers prefer Sinex? Because of the two, only Sinex has cooling vapor medication.
Hey, this feels cooler.
Hay fever? Try Sinex and feel the difference.
I wish there were an easier way to get these walls clean.
Now there is Big Wally, the new foaming action wall washer. Big Wally gets down under the dirt and lifts it right off the wall.
Big Wally cleans without all that mixing and scrubbing.
Oh, no rinsing.
One can does all 4 walls fast.
Big Wally lifts the dirt right off the wall.
I'd like to introduce you to Glade's new air freshener, Sunny Lemon. Newest of the natural scents from Glade.
Sunny Lemon gives your home a scent like fresh lemons have on a sunny day.
A scent clean and alive, the way lemons smell inside.
Now your home can smell lemon fresh, naturally clean.
Sunny Lemon inside is like a sunny day outside.
Sunny Lemon, newest of the natural scents from Glade.
Monday. Beware of this man. Vengeance drives him to limits you've never imagined. The Chamber of Horrors. Tuesday.
When I was a child, I used to think there were goblins in every dark corner.
Patty Duke, David McCallum,
You mustn't stay here.
Dorothy McGuire. She waits.
Wednesday.
The treasure is Chinese. It belongs to the Chinese people.
Robert Stack.
Okay, Gib, the medallion. Only you and I knew where it was, Lily.
Alka Summer. The Corrupt Ones.
Next time they'll kill you.
Thursday.
I feel a dress.
2 cowpokes on the loose and raring for fun. Glenn Ford and Henry Fonda star The Rounders. Doorbuster savings now through Sunday only at Robert Hall. Save on girls' dresses. You take 20% off the $2.99 to $6.99 ticketed price of the special group of washable fall dresses, sizes 4 to 14 at Robert Hall. While they last, ladies' skinny rib polyester knit tops with button zipper or lace fronts at the special price of 2 for $5 at Robert Hall. 20 Robert Hall stores in Greater Los Angeles open nightly and Sundays.
Mary Mahoney and her 1970 Toyota Corona have gone over 130,000 miles together, delivering newspapers. But it wasn't your basic newspaper route. Mary used to drive 250 miles a day on days like this. Today, her Toyota Corona's a simple family car again, like it was to start with.
See your nearby Toyota dealer.
They're here, all new for 73, stylish outside, comfortable inside, and unlike any car built today, totally non-polluting. The 1973 models from Carl Shoes. Beautiful ideas in basic transportation. Suedes, Oxfords, boots, with window prices just like last year's. Visit your Carl Shoe store and take a test walk.
Carl Shoes bring back walking.
Here I am, stuck in this drum, while she uses that other cleaner. What are you saving me for, lady? The garage? Let me out, lady. Oh, thank you. There. Wasn't that a little easier? Janitor in the drum, ma'am. The industrial strength cleaner. I'll do anything for you.
You want to see some nice pictures?
Sandy Duncan, the face that never stops.
Starting 1 week from Sunday on CBS. For The Late Show, immediately following the editorial on KNXT.
Meet a doctor with little patience. The Little People. Brian Keith stars in this warm new comedy series right after Sanford and Son.
This fall, NBC has it all.
I know a beautiful way to decorate on a budget. Teak bedspread and drape coordinates. Right now at JCPenney, they're 15% off. Even the tie backs and valances. They're machine washable, foam backed, and pen pressed, so they'll stay beautiful. And right now, they're all 15% off. Teak coordinates. They're just what you've been looking for to do your bedroom on a budget.
This fall, see the new Price is Right. Host Dennis James makes it a sellout. It's an exciting game show that tests your marketing know-how with a fantastic array of luxury prizes at stake. The new Price is Right, premiering Monday night at 7:30.
Stop, Pat.
As long as there's no snow on the ground, the dead have to be buried right away.
Otherwise, they'd walk, huh?
They may have to crawl before they can walk. But they're coming. For Jason Robards in the premiere of Ghost Story, Friday night at 9, 8 Central Time.
There's a big beer brotherhood of hams. There's always room for more with hams.
Hams, tap and regular, is brewed natural, nothing artificial. The more beer you're going to have, the more reason to make it Hams.
The big beer drinking brotherhood of hams.
What's the one thing you shouldn't be without when you travel?
I like having the American Express card with me, particularly when I'm traveling.
I find more places accept American Express card than any other type of credit card.
I know for sure that I can use the American Express card. I've never been refused at all.
Next time we use my American Express card is in about 15 minutes right in that restaurant.
Call 800-AE8-5000 to apply for an American Express money card.
There are lots of good reasons for attending the Los Angeles County Fair. One good reason, it's reasonable. The affordable Los Angeles County Fair, September 15th through October 1st. KNBC-4 Los Angeles.
The following NBC sports program is brought to you in living color.